Live from Coxon and Hammer Productions, it's Saturday Night Scoop. Sit back and enjoy while we thoroughly entertain you with comedy, sports, music, and more. Now, here are your hosts, Tobin Costin and Josh Hammer.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Saturday Night Scoop.
Suckers!
Thank you so much for watching, and what a show we have in store for you tonight.
Tonight's the night. It's going to be fabulous. Saturday Night Scoop. What else can I say? I'm with the rockarola of the Ayatollah of rock, the Bam, the Sham, the Shake, the Man, the Live, the Myth, the Legend, the guy who does what he can do to save the world. My man, Hammer. They put him in the mix, baby. What's going down, Hammer? How you doing tonight, man?
You know, pumps and a bump.
Yeah. We like everyone with the pumps and the bump. We are men and people. So men, women, anyone who want to wear your pumps and your bumps, you go ahead and do it. I love Hammer. I love that song. I love his dance moves. I used to want to dance like Hammer, but I'm not quite two left feet, but I'll tell you, I have moves of my man MC Hammer. Boom.
Yeah. Funny, when I was training to become a college athlete, I was named TLF, two left feet, because I was horrible at doing ladders. And so that became Oh, absolutely.
You terrible at doing ladders? I can't believe that. There's nothing you're terrible at. When I saw you jump off the top turnbuckle and give a choke slam to, was that Jamie Hawk? Was that Captain Hawk? When you were just showing that you're gangster side and you were so swift on your feet, I cannot believe that you are a person that has two left feet. No one's going to tell me that, man. No one's going to tell me.
Well, tell my old trainer that. He used to grill me, get in my grill about it. And I cried every night, every single night. I'm just kidding.
What? But you cried yourself to sleep, but you woke up and you did it again. That's what it's all about. Stick-to-itiveness.
That's true.
Powerful. Bringing the pain like you used to, baby. I know you get down, baby. I know you get down. So,
I'm aware. I think folks need to know also that, we want to say happy early Father's Day. So for those of you that haven't gotten your Father's Day gift, you can run to Target real quick.
Yeah, you've got until tomorrow morning to get to Target. Look, it's probably too late to go to Target because I think Targets are probably closing a little early. But
that's true. That's true.
First thing in the morning, get to Target. Hey, or you know what? Go to Safeway. Safeway's still open, I think. Go to Safeway, get some candy, go get some gummy bears, and go ahead and handle that for Dad. Dad likes gummy bears. Gummy bears, ice cream, go get that. Put that in something cool. He doesn't care about the underwear. He doesn't care about the tie. Get him the gummies. Get him the ice cream because that's what's up. Because I'm a father. I know what fathers want. And I will just tell you.
So gummy bears over a shirt.
Absolutely. Even the most fit dads, my dads out there with the 6 and the 8 packs want to enjoy that ice cream and gummy bears just for one day. That's all.
What about Ripple ice cream?
Oh man, I'm telling you right now, you want to get something delicious, get your dad that Ripple ice cream. Much love to my girl Rhonda Maples, Johnson. She's got the hookup over there, and she works there and turned me on to Ripple ice cream. Ripple ice cream is the most delicious ice cream I've ever eaten. No dairy for those of you who are vegan. No dairy for those of you who may be lactose intolerant. A little something to the tummy that might hurt you. But that Ripple is off the chain. So yes, that's all.
Yes, it helps those of us to take precautionary measures to make sure that what we eat is safe for all humanity. Yes.
Well, you don't want no part of the bubble guts, player, because I tell you, you get the bubble guts from eating that dairy. I stay away from it myself. Touche, handle it. Ripple ice cream.
Yep, I finally had a taste. The quality, just regular chocolate, but it was more than just regular. It was glorious.
It was glorious. Glorious. Absolutely.
So, Costin, our hot topic today that we decided to dive headfirst into is, what is the greatest animated cartoon, in your opinion, of all time? There's a lot out there, obviously.
Oh my God. Animated cartoon, the best animated cartoon. That is a difficult one because I like many of them. I was a huge Static Shock fan. I love Static Shock. I love that show. A young teenage black kid who's fighting crime but still has to deal with the stress and pressures of being a young person. I love that show. I have to say, there was a show that came on years ago called Grandizer, which was like one of those robot shows.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Those. I was really into, there's two shows, Space Cateers, that came on when I was growing up in Germany, and I loved Grandizer. But the one show that I rushed home every opportunity I get, from the time I was a youngster all the way, I think, pretty much went towards high school, it was the show, the one and only Thundercats. Oh, stop. You're so very strong. Oh, Chitara, why are you so fast? Pantro, you're so smart. Oh, Tigra. Oh, snarf. Thundercats, dude.
Thundercats was your show. Okay.
I love Thundercats. It was my show. Mumra. Oh, I'm going to get the sword of omens. I'm Mumra. Snarf. I loved it. That show was that was
I would say I have quoted many quotes from that show, and I've repeated it multiple times, and it's one word, and that's snarf, which can be interpreted to many different dialects. So
I hated snarf. I literally wanted to punch him in the so annoying. He was like that one annoying character where I was like, oh, I hate him. I wish he would just go to another planet. Snarf. I do what I say. Hated them.
I was opposite.
Hated them.
I loved Snarf. Snarf was the sole reason I wanted to watch the show.
Clearly, Hammer, you've taken one too many PAL drives to your noggin if you really think that Snarf was the guy. He was so annoying. He just made you want to just put somebody in a chokehold, or like just kind of throw him in a pool and say, dry yourself off or something, because that guy was the absolute worst. But I see where you're going. I see you're going with that. But another show I used to like a lot, and I think it came on when I was in college. I used to pop that sucker on, and it was Pinky in the Brain, Pinky in the Brain, something, the other insane. I don't know the words of it, but I just remember Pinky in the Brain. I loved how wonderful Pinky was. He was always like down for his friend the Brain. He was always trying to do good things and fun, and the Brain was just trying to take over the world. So I love two shows that I really genuinely loved. And another animation show that I really thought was kind of cool, I love I was on I love Scooby-Doo and what was Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo? Scrappy. So yeah, I love the
Scrappy-Doo. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, I was all about all that.
Like wow, Scoob, like let's go. The mystery machine.
Yeah, the mystery.
That was a classic. That's my dream car. The mystery machine.
You know what? One day you keep working hard and keep doing what you're doing and taking your vitamins and lifting your weights, you're gonna too be able to afford that mystery.
And I want a talking dog. I also want that.
That's not something I think you can buy, but you could try to train, I guess. Who knows? Who
Never
knows?
say never.
I will never. You never know what's going on in the world.
Did you ever watch Super Friends? Or
Super Friends. I love Super Friends. I thought Aquaman was really, really weak. I just didn't man at all.
Just because he talks to fish.
Not even that. He just was always so weak. Like, well, okay, he gets in the water, and he had this orange top with the green pants. And then I can't remember. They had those other two Super Friends that were like teenagers. I didn't like. Not the Wonder Twins because I loved them.
Oh, yeah.
I love the word. It was like the other two. They had the dog, and there was the girl and the guy, and he had like jeans on and a cape. I can't remember that. I wasn't a real big fan. But I love the Wonder Twins, form of a gorilla, shape of water. I was all about that. I loved what they were doing. The Wonder Twins were great. I always loved Wonder Woman. I thought she was so cool. I used to watch the live action show. That was one of my favorites.
Wonder Woman.
Oh my God, Linda Carter. I still love you. I think she's probably in the 70s, and I was like, man, no one who's that old should look that good. But yes, I'm a huge fan of hers. I watched that show all the time. She was so awesome. Still is. And yeah, so I loved Wonder Woman. I thought that invisible jet was awesome. But I used to think it was weird you're in the invisible jet, but people can see you flying and like not know it's you. What's the point of being invisible? But that's just love Superman. Love Superman. I'm I've always been a huge Superman fan, and
I was a big Batman animated series fan. That was my go-to.
I love Batman animated series. That was definitely a good one. What was
your boy Luke Skywalker, your favorite all-time Star Wars Jedi? As we've learned in previous Saturday Night Scoops.
He did not become my favorite until Return of the Jedi, because before that, I was not feeling him at all. But yes.
But
I know he played Joker. Yes, he does the voiceover for the Joker. Now, look, I love Mark Hamill as a person and an actor. So if Mr. Hamill's watching this, I love you as a person. However, the character you played before Return of the Jedi, not so much.
I'm going to make sure we tag Mark Hamill on everything and just assume that he sees this.
Yes, I'm going to assume with, the 3,000 people we have watching that he's one of those 3,000 people.
100%. And maybe Chewbacca at this point, since we're bringing up dogs and Scooby-Doo. What about, everyone seems to really like Tom and Jerry. I wasn't like diehard into it, but that is like the all-time.
I thought Tom and Jerry were fine. I just didn't like Jerry. Jerry was always beating up Tom. Tom's trying to eat Jerry all the time, so I understand why. Jerry just was annoying. Like, I was just like, really, get this mouse, get him. So I was on, I was straight up on Jerry's side, on Tom. I wasn't really into Jerry, but hey, that was, the show was funny. You can still watch it in certain places. Every once in a while, you can go on YouTube and watch some of the episodes and some of the scenes. But I was more of a Jerry, more of a Tom guy than Jerry. But that was just, so
absolutely.
I did watch. I did watch. They had it for a short amount of time that a Mr. T cartoon that I watched. I loved. He was like the coach of a gymnastics team, and they would always solve these things. And he was always so strong. I loved Mr. T. And
Clubber. You mean Clubber Lang from Rocky III?
I did not love Clubber Lang. Hey boy, come on over here. Yeah. Hey, Bob boy, I got you, Bob boy. I got you. Hey, come on here. I show what a real man look like. Hey. No, I love
Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is Thunder Lips.
That was, I'm just gonna tell you, Mr. T. I got the Mr. T album. I got the vinyl. I would make my parents go buy me the Mr. T cereal. And they were like, what? I'm like, no, Mr. T cereal. So I have the Mr. T cereal, and I used to eat that like crazy. And I love Mr. T when he...
was it healthier than Wheaties cereal?
Probably not, but it gave me a lot of energy. Hey, I was one of those kids that believed in everything. Like, Bubblicious used to have these cartoon commercials. So with Bubblicious, I used to blow and then blow up, and they would have people flying in the air, and I'm like, I got to get that Bubblicious.
I want to fly in the air.
And when I realized it's fake, I was so upset. I should have sued them for that because it was ridiculous. I bet you people
false advertising
because I thought I could fly. So Mr. T, I love that show, Mr. T. I love the Jetsons. I thought that was a funny show. I loved Elroy. I used to get so mad Jane used to take George's wallet. I'd be furious. But I loved Elroy. He was always so funny. He always looked up to his dad. He always wanted to help his dad out of a lot of predicaments. So I was a Jetsons fan. So there's a lot of cartoons. Clearly, I watched a lot of cartoons because I didn't really have TV because, I lived in Germany when I was really young, and I didn't really have TV until I kind of got to like 10. Like, I didn't really watch a lot of it until I was 10. And then I made up for it and lost time. Like, when I got cable, I was like, oh, my God, there's more than – when I lived in Germany, there was one American channel. Actually, at first when I lived in Germany, we didn't have TV. We only had radio. So I was over there listening to stories like, oh, here comes the evil man. And then it's like, click, 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 click. So I still listen to those crazy stories. But I loved TV. I loved cartoons. There was one, I think, I talked about Captain Caveman. I talked about Mr. T. I love those in Scooby-Doo. I think there was, what was the name of the show? God, I can't remember the name of the show. It was The Thing, but it was like Someone Meets the Thing. I can't remember. And Thing was like the skinny kid who actually had rings, and then he'd hit rings and turn into the Thing.
I thought you were talking like Fantastic Four. I was like,
yeah, it was Fantastic Four, but they took the Thing and made him into a kid, and then he had rings, and he'd hit the rings together, and then he would turn into the Thing. That was kind of cool.
It's not ringing a bell. Yeah, I know the show too.
Before your time, but it doesn't matter. I always loved Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man when they introduced Firestorm and Iceman. I love that. And he used to ride around on that little ice slope thing, and he would shoot. Oh man, I'm an Iceman guy. I love Iceman. He's one of my favorite guys. I love how he can make everything free. So when that Spider-Man, that was my joint. And then I loved the Superman Batman adventures. I thought they were so cool. And then I think I used to watch. It was what was it? Titans? Was it Teen? I think it was Titans.
Titans. Yes.
It had Kid Flash, and I think that's
Robin.
Brad and Robin and all those. I love that show. I watched I think there were 2 seasons of that. I watched all of those episodes, so they were really well done and well.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I used to watch. What about maybe next week we'll dive into like comedy animated shows, because the one that sticks out to me I used to think was super strange, but I loved it, was Ren and Stimpy. It'd be on like Nickelodeon.
Ren and Stimpy. I do remember Ren and Stimpy. They were that was definitely a fun show.
He's like, Ren. It's like, what?
I love, man, that was another good show. You know what show I used to like too was Gummy Bears everywhere, something. They are the Gummy Bears. I don't know, but I love the Gummy Bears. When they used to play that, I used to be like, Rescue Rangers. I love.
Oh my God! Don't forget. To your point about gummy bears, you're forgetting the Care Bears. Do the Care Bear countdown.
I don't like the Care Bear countdown.
You're a Care Bear. You're hating on the Care Bears?
Whatever they shot out of their stomach was whack. Oh, no, I'm cool. I'm just cool now. You know, hey, I did like Captain Planet though, and the Planeteers. I was all dude. Captain Planet was my man, dude. He had the green hair with the red and the kind of bluish gray skin.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. Absolutely.
Clean the planet, ladies and gentlemen. Clean the planet. That's what I say.
We need him back ASAP.
We do. We need him to create peace and straight up clean the planet, because that's how he gets down. I'm all about it. And then he had all those kids who were working together, and they were from different backgrounds. They were so awesome, and it was like peace to the world. I loved Captain Planet. I love what that show stood for. I loved all the kids on there from the different backgrounds and the eclectic ethnicity. I'm Captain Planet. Boom, that's what's up.
Did you ever watch SpongeBob SquarePants? No.
I watched it because my kids watched it, but I never was into it. But I mean, you know, I was like, I don't know. Patrick used to bug me.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, exactly. No, I like SpongeBob, and he was cool. But Patrick used to bug me. And then they got the squirrel living at the bottom of the ocean. What's going on with that? That squirrel's around. She's got the little mask thing.
I was told that made for adults originally, and then it got changed to Nickelodeon, I guess. I don't know the whole story, but I don't know why there's a squirrel living under the sea, but maybe they were trying to go like the Family Guy direction with it. I don't know.
I don't know. We want to speak about, cartoons. Look, The Simpsons still going on. One of the greatest shows, if not the greatest animation show ever.
Yeah. My favorite character is Ralph Wiggums. He's like, I'm learning.
I'm a Matt Flanders guy.
Oh, I know.
Man, I know a Matt Flanders. Went to college with him, the coolest guy ever. He should probably sue them because he's Matt Flanders. Ned Flanders. Ned Flanders, right? Ned Flanders. That's my guy. Matt Flanders, I went to school with. That's my guy. Can't sue Matt Flanders. It's Ned Flanders, but Matt Flanders.
I thought you were saying you went to college with a guy that was like him. That's just
No. I have a friend I went to college with. His name's Matt Flanders, and Ned Flanders was my guy. I love how pure always. That's probably my favorite character is Ned Flanders, and also I love Krusty the Clown. Krusty the Clown is. Oh man, Krusty the Clown! Oh my goodness!
Yeah. Don't forget Milhouse. Milhouse is
Isn't Milhouse? And Milhouse was like in love with Lisa, right?
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite is when Ralph Wiggums he eats these berries and Bart goes, "Ralph, are you okay?" And he's like, "Ow." He's like, "These berries taste like burning." So every time I get sick, I just say whatever food that I ate was, this turkey tastes like burning.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love that. I love that show, man. That show is so funny. I still
We are hitting our time, but before we do, I wanted to make a quick shout out about Psycho Cider, being that you recently did I think a tent event, right, in Livermore.
Yeah, so on Tuesday, those of you in Livermore, California, I basically passed out a bunch of Psycho Cider that people love. And every Tuesday night in Livermore, they do a tailgate Tuesday at the First Street Ale House right downtown Livermore. You can park in the back of their parking lot, and you just set up a tent. You could play play some games, cornhole, set some chairs, tables out there, play loud music. It's just a way for us to be together, but still social distance at the same time. And you can order food from those guys. All you have to do is go online, order your food. It'll be done in like 10, 15 minutes. You just walk up, make sure you have your mask on, give them your name. They'll give you your food. You can go back to your area and kind of hang out. It's just a great way from Tri-Valley people, Pleasant, Livermore, Dublin, people from Oakland come out. It's a good way to just kind of be outside, be outdoors, spend some time eating some really good food, and having a drink or two if you are in for a frosty adult beverage. If you're not in for a frosty adult beverage, you can have a frosty non-adult beverage over at the First Street Ale House. They do some really cool stuff and have really good food.
Great. And then you could get Psycho on tap right now on where was it, in Concord, right?
Concord Tap House. You can get Psycho on tap right there. You could definitely go to Brews and Brats in Hayward. Right now they're doing some outdoor dining. So if you're looking for Psycho Cider, you can go to those two places for certain. As more and more places open up in Livermore and Pleasanton, there'll be more spots. We are working on a can, so we're going to be doing Kiwi Herman or Kiwi Lime and Mother of Dragons, our raspberry dragon fruit. By the way, nobody on the planet makes a raspberry and dragon fruit but me and my man Dave Grisham. We make the most delicious raspberry dragon fruit hard cider. No one else on the planet makes it but us. So we're going into cans. We're working on that. Hopefully by the end of July, first week of April, we will be in cans and available at retail stores all through Northern California as we work our way south. We are looking at going to other states too. COVID-19 kind of slowed up our progress, but we are still
making moves.
Making moves. Hard cider, Psycho, insanely good.
As always. Well, next week, we will talk maybe a little bit more about the comedy side of animation. So we will prep that ahead of time and get something cooked up, and we want to hear your feedback. So if you have a favorite animated cartoon or there's something that you would like to suggest, you can drop that in the comments. And as always, please follow us on social media, all things social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Costin Hammer. And you can check this video out. And if you're watching this live, you're seeing this on Facebook and YouTube Live. And you could catch this weekly talk show every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Pacific. In the meantime, we encourage everyone to keep calm, keep steady, crush your goals, and make each day count, and do your best every day to keep doing your best every day. So again, my name is Josh Hammer, co-host.
Tobin Costin, baby. Thank you very much. Please be safe. Please look out for each other. Say no to racism, man. I'm telling you, there are good people on this planet. Get to know someone different than you. just understand people who hate and racism will never be okay with Costin and Hammer. We are brothers, we are teammates, we are friends for life, we are family, and we just want to let you know, to everybody who supports us, we love you guys. Thank you so much, and we will continue doing fun things every single on Saturday night.
Scoop. All right. On that note, we'll see you next Saturday.
Yeah.
Following us, we're going to keep crushing it, and we hope you follow along. Take care, everybody.